Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I'll do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pace up, or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Same us for the way up, play the game, bruh.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.
Welcome, everyone, back to the show. This is the final show of the night. This is the place where we find new faces, new upcoming stars all the time on here on the show. I appreciate everyone that tunes in and show the Don Vic Show love, but mostly show up to show my guests some love. I appreciate you guys. You guys are great. Boy, I had a great show earlier today at 5 o'clock with my good friend Diana Firefly and her daughter Britt Sellers. Two amazing women. Big shout out to them and to their production team. Love those girls to death. I'm excited to know that they're going to have their their red carpet in October out in Missouri. And of course, I was invited to that. So, I'm going to show up and show out. You know what I mean? Me and my son Stax, you know what I mean? We're going to show up and show out. Hi, Sarah. Hey, Sarah Phillips. What's up? What's up? Big shout out to Sarah Phillips. She's in the building. And everyone else that's watching on YouTube, big shout out to you guys as well. You guys are phenomenal. So today we got a great guest coming on the show. And I'm excited because I've always been a fan of this gentleman coming on the show today. Been watching his movie since a little kid. Friday the 13th was one of my favorite films, still is today. But I never knew who was behind the mask. I always wanted to know. And every time the movie came on and they were getting close to taking off the mask to see who was behind it, and it never happened to the last seasons of it, I was like, man, I thought I was going to see a face. But I didn't get to see it. But when I did see it, I was disappointed because it was a monster face. It wasn't actually, the guy that we're having here tonight. He goes by the name of, his name is actually James Strokes. He aka James Voorhees. He's played in so many other films. Adrenaline, Child of Love, Batman, Heart of Ice, Night of the Beast. And he's also a producer. Interesting thing about him, did some research, some digging. And he was also a disc jockey for 5 years. We're going to talk about that, okay? We're going to talk about him being a disc jockey for 5 years. And he was also a EMT for 13 years. So we're going to I want to find out what happened in between that and how he got, to become Jason Voorhees, and how he got into the film. I know it's somewhere around 2015, but we're going to let him tell the story when he comes aboard the platform and tell his story. But I'm very excited. He's also lead role of a TV series that will be playing soon called Pagans. Okay. I'm also part of that film. So it's going to be a pleasure to work with him as well on set, and see him do what he do best. I love to learn from experienced actors. You learn so much when you're on set. So I can't wait to see Jason do his thing and learn from it. I hope he doesn't pop up today with the mask on. We're gonna have some running. We're gonna have some running to do here. Lily, what's up? What's up? What's up, my queen? How you been? Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing the live. I'm actually here with my son Stacks too, Lily. Uh, so he said hello. Said, hello. Is it me you're looking for? Woo-wee. She said, hey, Stacks. So yeah, folks, there's a lot of great things happening, a lot of great films that are coming out this year and next year. Yeah, Sarah say hi, Mini Vic. Sarah. Yes, so oh, I do. You didn't know I have vocals? No, baby, no, baby, no, baby. You got your problems, baby, and I've got mine. Let's leave it at that, okay? When you stop paying me, I start singing. Okay, Lily. Your boy got talent. You guys just don't know what I can do. I know. I just, you guys just know I do my podcast and I act, but I do other things too besides acting and being a podcast host. Okay. Denise Pond, what's up, girl? Okay, Denise is in the building. Looks like the whole pagan team is gonna be in the building. Okay. I appreciate you guys popping up and showing some love. Appreciate that. Denise Pons is a very good friend of mine. She is the person, her and a few of her friends are the people behind Pagan, the TV series. She's a writer. She's directing, along with Sarah and some other amazing writers. And I am honored to be not just her friend, but also honored to be a part of her TV series that she's putting together. She's got a great team. Big shout out to my brother Matt and his wife Tisha for also being a part of this project with Denise, among great actors, Cody Wells, Pharrell, Tabitha, you got Stuntman, Mary Spezia, so many great actors that are going to be in this film, including Mr. James Strokes as the lead role. Plays a guy named Jackson. So I'm excited to see this play out. And James, it looks like James were still sleeping. He looks like James is still sleeping. The pillow got to him. Hold on. Let me bring James to the platform because he's talking and we can't hear him. So let me bring up James to the platform, folks. Please welcome James Strokes to the show. James.
Hey guys.
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Good, man. You jacked over there. You making me look small over here.
Yeah. Man, I'm sorry about that. I'm late. I tried to get on StreamYard and my Google account locked me completely out. I had to go in and make a whole new account and everything. So I have no idea. I've used StreamYard many times before and it's never had a problem. And then I don't know. I guess Google didn't like something and whatever. So, but I'm on now, so it's good.
Yeah.
It's good to go, man.
Thank you for giving me your time, to come on the show and know a little bit about you and what you've done. But you're right. You're not the only one. I've had problems too with my Facebook. Trying to log in people and I couldn't log them in on my platform. Something had happened a few days ago with the technology or something, and it shut everything down. And ever since, things has been going crazy.
Man, it's crazy. Yeah.
So we got some amazing people here watching tonight. We have Sarah Phillips. We have actor director David J. Paul here tonight.
Hey, how you doing?
We have my friend Rubio here tonight. We have Lily. She's an actress. A model.
Hey, Lily, how are you?
Here, yeah, watching tonight. Even Denise Pons is even on here tonight.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
I love Denise. Yeah.
So the first thing I want to say before we start is that I am honored to have you here today. I'm a big fan of, Jason Voorhees since I was a kid.
Okay. Yeah, man. that was a dream come true. When I got asked to play that role, man, it was like, I just couldn't believe it. When Jason approached me about it, it was just, it was life changing for me. I mean, it really was. And it's not just because it's getting to play in a horror film. It was because it's such an iconic character. And everybody knows who even if you don't watch horror films, you know who Jason Voorhees is, you know who Michael Myers is, you know how Freddy is. So it's just getting to play that character and bringing it to life in the way I see it it was just a great opportunity for me and all that stuff. And I've taken, I've never taken, what am I trying to say? I've never taken it for granted. That's what I meant to say. I've never taken the role and I don't take any role for granted. Every role that I play, I literally study that character and make sure that I make it my own, but make it what the director and the writer has brought forth to me, because that's their vision. And I want to make sure that if they're trusting that character for me to play, I want to make sure that I bring out everything that writer and director sees. And that's the reason I love being directed. I think I'm very easy to work with because I like to be directed. I like for a director to tell me what he sees, but at the same time, I like a director to say, hey man, you make it yours too, and that's big for me. So I love it. Yeah.
Right. I agree 100% because I'm the same way, James.
Sure.
I love to work with directors that give you room to play the character and even add something to it if it needs. If you feel like something else in your mind would look good in that certain scene that you're playing. If some directors give you that leadway to play, add something more to it that you might think looks good. And that's good. I love to work with directors like that instead of working with directors that want exactly what's on the script, Right. And in your mind, you might say, man, but if I tried it like this, it'll probably look even better, but I don't want to take the chance.
And for up and coming actors and stuff, like I've been doing it for a pretty good while now, but for up and coming actors, please don't go on set and thinking because a director assured you with a character and a role. Don't go on set thinking you're going to do what you want to do with that character. If you got something in mind that the character that you think should do differently or something, do it the right way. Go to the director and say, hey, I just think, and if the director says, absolutely, I think that's a great idea, then do that. But don't in front of the camera just all of a sudden change up that character just because you think it should do something, because I think that takes time away from what the script has already been, the time that the script has already been put into. Don't do something on your own without asking first. And you got plenty of time during setup and during rehearsals and all that stuff to ask that director, to do something different with that character. So as to all the up and coming actors out there, don't just go on set and just think that you can change something right on the spur of the moment, because that could delay filming, that could delay everything because the director may not like it. And then you get into this, you don't want to do that. So just always make sure that you bring it to the director and the writers well before you get in front of the camera. Right.
That's good to know. That's good to know. Good advice. So it's, I was reading some of your stuff, real research on your background and stuff. And, I said, a disc jockey, I can't see James as a disc jockey.
I was a country disc jockey.
I was like, this guy is jacked. He's about 6 feet, like a disc jockey. Okay.
Yes, I work out. I worked at a country club there for a while, and I didn't say when I say country club, I mean like a country dance club. We played country music and danced and everything. We had one of the largest dance floors in the state of Tennessee, and that's where I became a professional dancer. Is when I started dancing and doing the line dancing and stuff like that, and then moved on to doing some professional stuff. But yes, I was a disc jockey for about 5 years. Oh my God, it was so much fun, getting to play the country music that I wanted to. And it was just great. But yes, I was a disc jockey for 5 years at a club there in Clarksville, Tennessee,
That's
and
awesome.
it was a great experience for me. I mean, it's I got to dance when I wanted to and learn and teach people other line dances and stuff like that, and it was just a great experience. Yeah,
You know, that's great because for me, what makes me happy, what moves me is music.
absolutely.
When I'm down and out, I can listen to some soft country music and it'll bring me right back to where I wanted to be. It all depends on the
Absolutely.
mood that you're in. I'll
Mhm.
listen to maybe some R&B at one point, country music, a little hip hop. It all depends on what mood I'm in, but
Sure.
music has been a way out for me,
Mhm.
in lots of
Same
things,
way with me. Same
right?
way for me, man. Yep.
It's like
Yep.
magic.
Music hits people hard, and it's just like, and you know what? Sometimes it's not the music, it's the words. It's the
Yeah,
words of the song. It's the words that hit home with a lot of people. We're going through a hard time. I mean,
yeah,
this day and time, man, it's a hard time with all the shootings, with all the it's just all the crime and everything, the political stuff, the
yeah,
religious stuff going on. You know, I don't. I try not to bring that into anything.
yeah,
I just try to make people happy, man. You know,
yes,
when I go to these conventions and I meet my fans and stuff that like Jason and just like the stuff that I've done, you know, I get up from behind the table and go out and I greet every one of them,
yes.
because if it wasn't for them, then I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And
Right,
so, you know, it's not about the money anymore. It's
right,
about making
right.
people smile, man.
Amen.
When a
Amen.
kid when
Amen.
a kid comes up to you when a kid comes up to you and idolizes you for something that you've done,
Mm,
and it's not even that big of it's played a character on a movie screen,
right.
but to that kid, you are bigger than life.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, you make sure that you get down to their level and you be as big as you can in front of them so they can see what kind of person you are.
Amen. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
So you've done a lot of
Mhm.
films. By the way, from what I see, you've done a lot of films.
Mhm. Yep.
Was that particular movie, Jason, was
Mhm.
that the one that put you right on the map, or was it something before that? That
No, I would say that was it. Yeah, I mean, you know, I got to play a small role in a pretty big show called Stranger Things, and it was
yes,
great. And you know, getting to be on a set like that and getting to see the way things move and hustle and people, the way a set should be run. You know, and that is a SAG set that was just everything was to a T, man. And it had to be because there were so many moving parts. You know, you got military vehicles, you got police vehicles, you got 3D things going on all at the same time. It's crazy. And then you got the actors, and then on top of that, you got stand-ins and all that stuff. So it's just so much. And you know, you stand back and you watch that. And I have learned, Victor, when I put myself into a room full of people like that, I keep my mouth shut. I listen. I learn, and that's how you learn this business. You don't try to go up there and just start putting your 2 cents worth in. You just keep your mouth shut. I'm telling you, man, you can learn a lot more by keeping your mouth shut than opening your mouth a lot of times, man. And
I
it's
agree.
just it's yeah, and it's great to be on a set like that. But then when I got the Jason role, you know, and it literally was life changing for me.
Mm,
Not just getting to go to the cons, but it's just people learn who you are. I mean, when I go out, man, I get noticed and stuff like that now, and it's great. And
it feels good.
but that's not. Yeah, I mean, it does, but that's not what it's about. You know,
Right. Right.
it's about the people that come up and say, "I loved your movie, man. You did a great job."
Yes.
That's what makes it good for me. When
Yes.
someone can tell me you did a good job, you look just like Kane Hodder. Dude, that's one of the biggest compliments I could ever get in my entire life. Kane
Mm,
Hodder is Jason Voorhees in my eyes.
yeah.
I love CJ Graham. I love Derek Mears. I've met them all. I love them. Great guys. But Kane Hodder is the one that put Jason Voorhees to where it's at right now. So
Right.
when someone comes up to me and says, "Man, I couldn't tell the difference between you and Kane and the suit. That was amazing." That right there is the biggest compliment I could ever get in my
Yes.
life. So I love it. And that's what makes me happy about that.
Right.
That's what makes me happy about being able to play that character. And Jason Pitts, the writer and director of that film, he is like my brother. I would do anything in the world for him, and it's just his direction and his writing was so good. And I'm getting ready to be in another film of his called The Forest Through the Trees.
Okay.
And that character right there is going to take me to a place where I've never been before, and people are going to see me in a totally different light. So it's playing the father of this teenage stepdaughter, and we lose the mom. And I don't want to give too much away, but the way it happens, and having me and her have to come together, and me fight for her life, and me fight for my life. To just to hear her say, "Dad," that's it. I mean, it's a lot, man. It's going to move some people, I think, and on top of that, it's more of a suspense kind of scary movie. So I think a cult kind of movie. So it's going to be pretty cool. But so I'm looking forward to playing that. We start that in May, so
that's amazing. You know,
and then of course there's this TV show that I think me and you are together in, and that's called Pagan. I'm looking forward to that too, man. That right there is that's going to be as I'm looking. I'm so excited about that.
Yes, you know, I was going to ask you about that, but you brought it up so good. You know, your character that you're playing, Jackson. I read some of the some of the scripts that great Denise and Sarah, and the writers.
Oh God,
together they're amazing writers. They got some. Listen, they are amazing.
They are absolutely amazing, and it's not just they're amazing writers; they're amazing people.
Exactly.
I've gotten to know them over the last few months, man, and just getting to talk to both of them, and having them talk to my manager, and my manager becoming part of this team, and all that stuff, man. It's been such a blessing to have them, and it's. There's been many times where I've been, I have rough days too, just like everybody else. And Denise will write me or Sarah will write me, and it'll be just like, put a smile on my face, and it's like, thank you. I needed that, or whatever. That it means a lot to me, because it's not that they put me in that role of the lead character, but they actually care. They actually care.
Yeah.
And that means a lot.
Right.
It means a lot to an actor and a friend now, because I can call them friends, even though I haven't really even met them a whole lot. It's just we haven't met in person a lot, but I just call them a friend. So it's great.
Yeah, Denise is amazing. She does the same to me. She hits me up when she's sick. I don't feel there's a bond there, and I haven't met Denise or Sarah either. We know each other through FaceTime, or she texts me. But the beautiful thing about what we do as actors is to meet amazing people, amazing directors, amazing cast. I've been to some sets where I didn't feel comfortable, and so I couldn't really play my character because I felt intense. I felt like I wasn't supposed to be there, like I didn't belong. Even though everything went well, but I just had that feeling like, man, I feel out of place.
Yeah.
But you go to some sets where it's family. It's like you feel like, wait a minute, I want to work with this crew again, this cast. I feel at home. Everyone is got great energies and showing so much love and helping here, and that means a lot to an actor. In my opinion, for me as being I haven't been in all these films you have. I probably played like in 4 or 5 films, and I'm starting to get into more films. But those are things I look at when I go filming for someone. Is I sit back and because I like to visualize things. I like to sit back and see everything that's moving, and see how people are moving, how people are acting towards other people, how people, so it's very important to an actor to feel comfortable on set so you can get there 110%.
100%. Yep.
On a scene. And I feel that Denise and Sarah and this team that we got for Pagan is that type of team.
100. There's not a doubt in my mind. you know, the whole team that they're bringing together, it just seems like it's just working. And, you know, I'm staying in constant contact with Denise and Sarah and my manager and all that stuff. And it's just, yeah, I think things are working very well for us. And I think we're bringing together a really good team. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, the story, I read the story, some of the story that she sent me, and I can't wait to see it played out.
Oh man, me either.
Okay.
I have run that thing through my head so many times. At least the first three episodes that I've read so far. It's just I keep reading them and just visualize, and I literally do that. I visualize what I'm doing now on screen, you know. And so yeah, and it's not even really on screen. It's like I'm visualizing what's happening in the story, just playing that part. Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a great character to play. You know, so does Tom and everybody else that's in that scene. But the magical thing of all this is, you know, us playing a character and bringing him to life, you know, and letting the audience see this character play, you know.
That's right.
Because people don't recognize or understand how hard it is to play certain characters, especially a character that you have no connection with or have nothing in common with, but you have to play that character. And so the challenges that we go through as actors to play a character, and sometimes it can be scary, you know, because sometimes you'll be like, man, do I think I can pull this off?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
You know, so people don't, you know, people that are not doing what we're doing as far as filming and acting, that are on the outside looking in, don't know the stress that we go through.
It's a lot.
The hours that we go through reading a script, because, you know, when you playing a major role like yourself, a lead role act, there's a lot of things that you have to memorize.
Sure.
You know, and that's not easy.
On top of acting, on top of doing the actions and doing all that.
Acting, James. So, you know, I try to tell my friends as people like, well, I want to be an actor too. I said, dude, it looks easy when it's done. You know, it's easy when it's done. But to actually be there and do it, it's not easy, my friend.
No, and I try to make every scene that I do not acting. I want it to be realistic. I want it to be me. I want it to be what I would do in real life. And that's how you pull the character off. You get up there and just read from a script, you're not going to do it. That's the whole visualization of making the character yours. Is when you get in front of the camera, you're not acting. You're just playing the part. And so it's I mean, I know it's called acting, but it's at the same time, you as an actor, just do it. Just do it. Just be you. Just be yourself, you know?
Right.
So it's hard. It is hard, and it's nerve-wracking sometimes, depending on what role that you have.
Right. So you was also an EMT for 13 years. How'd that play out for you?
I did. Yes, I did that for a long time. Yeah, I was. Well, I mean, it was a great job. It was a burnout job. I mean, it wears on you. It's seeing death all the time. And where I worked down around Fort Campbell, Kentucky, there was a lot of suicides. There was a lot of car wrecks. In a military town like that, you deal with a lot of different ethnicities and stuff like that just just sometimes collide. And it's a rough job. It takes a special person to do it. And I did it for a long time, and I'm glad. I do miss it sometimes, but I'm glad to be out of it, if that makes sense. Not that I don't love the job. I did love the job. It was a very rewarding job sometimes. It was a very disheartening job sometimes. And it was very sad sometimes, you know, seeing people lose a loved one, or seeing someone that you think that you can help and you can't help. You know, that was the first thing in medic school that I learned was you will not save everyone. So you got to learn that now, or you might as well jump out of class now, because you're not going to make it as a medic if you think you're going to save everyone that you come upon. It's just not going to happen. So, and that's life. That's the true hard facts of it. And as a medical worker, that's what you got to kind of deal with. And sometimes it's hard, and sometimes it's yeah, gives you anxiety, it gives you nightmares.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm just glad to be playing one on TV now and not in real life. I'm pretty
So
happy with it.
right. So have you ever got a role playing at EMT where it made it probably easier for
Um,
you to play because you
I
already was
was
a EMT?
That's what I was on Stranger Things. I was a
Oh, okay.
paramedic in Stranger Things. Yeah.
Awesome.
Got
Awesome.
to I got to do that, and yeah, I've gotten to play a doctor in a movie. I've gotten to play a preacher in a movie. You
Oh,
know, I've done it all, man. I've done it all. I've been a
okay.
motorcycle gang member.
Oh,
I've got my I've got
that's usually my role,
no,
motorcycle
dude, I
gang.
love it. I got my motorcycle license. You know, it
Yeah.
was kind of funny. The movie I was in, I was the only one on set that had this motorcycle license. I was the only one that got to drive a motorcycle around for real. Everybody else was green screen, and it was great. You know, so it was awesome. But yeah, that's what I've done. I'm 52 years old, and I've tried to do a lot in my lifetime to help me build a career in acting, and that's what it takes sometimes. You know, if you go to a director and they say, "Can you do that? Can you drive a bulldozer?" Well, yeah, I can. I can drive a bulldozer. I can drive an 18-wheeler. I can ride a horse. I can ride the back of a bull. Not anymore. I'm 52. I ain't getting on a bull no more. I did that a long time ago. Uh, but I can do it, and I've done it before on screen.
Right.
So, you know, and I trained myself in military and police and fire and all that stuff, just so I'll have that background, you know, in case it ever does come. You know,
Right.
professional dancing. You know, people think, oh, you know, you're just doing that for fun. Well, it can help you in getting a role in a movie. I mean,
That's right.
or music video or anything like that.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
kind of helps you. You
Yeah.
know, and I have a lot of things on my resume, and I'm telling you right now, everything that's on my resume, I've done at some time in some point in my life,
Right.
and
Right.
and it's just and it's a learning process every day. Even though I'm
Every day.
52, I'm still learning new things every day
That's
right
right.
now. So, and I don't limit myself. I try not to limit myself. I stay in the gym. I stay in good shape. I do that not only for the acting part, but I do it for health
Health.
reasons too.
Health.
You know,
Yeah.
I want to stay as healthy as I can for as long as I can. I mean, this is a, you know, I've never had a cigarette to my lips. I don't smoke. I drink it very little. You know, and I just try to take care of myself. It's a lifestyle change that I chose a long time ago, and and I've been trying to live it now for many years, and it's worked out for me.
That's great. You know, that's amazing. I also, have certain skills too besides the acting, like yourself. Like I drive anything.
Sure.
I have a CDL license. You know, I drive anything and I operate any heavy
Right.
equipment. Um, uh, I drive dirt bikes, four wheelers. You know, you
Yep.
name it, I do it. I did some boxing. You know,
Yep. MMA fighting. Yep.
yeah,
Mhm.
I did some basketball in high school, football. So,
Mhm.
you're right. Anything that can pop up on a shoot that you might be able to play, if you got all these skills, is a good opportunity that you might get a role.
Absolutely.
And it for me, that's James, for me, it don't have to be a speaking role. I'm a simple guy. As long as you can give me in, I'm fine. I could be an extra. I can be a supporting role actor. I'm okay with all. I don't have to be a lead role. If it
Sure.
comes, fine. But I'm okay with just playing, any role to help out and make this happen.
Yeah.
I'm the
It's
guy that
awesome.
likes to make things happen, and I'm okay with playing any scene that they need me in. And I don't mind helping in the production thing too. I can hold a camera. I've done some shooting. I do it all the time. Or help the producer with
Mhm.
anything, or when we bring food, whatever it is, I'm there because
Right.
to me it's about teamwork. It's not about individual. And that's what I love about the filming world, that you're not just an actor, but you learn so much from other actors. I'm gonna go on set, I'm gonna see you do your thing, I'm gonna learn from you. Believe it or not, I'm gonna learn certain ways that you move, certain ways you might stand, face expressions, all those things.
Mhm.
I needed in a film, and as an upcoming actor playing with people that been in the film industry like yourself for so long. It's an honor for me to learn
Thank you.
hands-on. I'm a hands-on person. I see things and I pick it up right away. So it's been for me a great journey, and being able to work with yourself and other actors like Tom Arnold and Bei Ling and
Sure.
Robert Lozado. I got opportunities to play in the film with them, and
God, I love Robert. Robert's a great guy.
I
love
hear that.
Me and him talk many times on the phone, and we got a lot in common with military and all that
Yes.
background and all that stuff. He's just a great guy. He's just an incredible actor is what he is. So, I mean, I haven't gotten a chance to work with him yet on screen, but we've actually talked and all that stuff. And I can call him today and he would talk to me. He's just that kind of guy.
Right.
So yeah, man, that's the whole thing about being an actor, man. It's just making people feel happy and smile and stuff like that, and making sure that everybody feels a certain way. I don't like anybody being down and stuff like that. I like putting a smile on people's faces. If I go out to a restaurant and someone, they know who I am and they come up to talk to me, I want them to be smiling when they leave from there. I don't want them to think that they're bothering me, because they'll never bother me. It's just, that's the way I am. I love it. So.
Right. So let me ask you this. If you had an opportunity to shoot a film, what film would you shoot and why? What type of film would you shoot and why would you pick that film?
If to be honest with you, the biggest role that I would ever be able to play is the role of a dad.
Okay. And why is that? And why is that so important to you?
Why? Because kids are so important to me.
Amen to that.
I go to schools, and I'm glad you brought this up, because and I always bring this up in my podcast, because this is something that it's very big on my heart, and that I make sure that I always tell kids. But to get back to your point, it's because kids need role models. Kids need people to look up to. Kids need adults like us in their life,
right?
That's going to take them down the right path. When I go to these middle schools and I say middle schools because I try to talk to middle school kids before they get in high school, because that is when they start choosing the crowd that they're going to run around with.
Yes.
There are 3 choices in your life. Or 3 C's in your life. Sorry. You got choices, you got chances, and you got changes. You got to make a choice to take a chance, or there'll never be a change in your life.
Amen.
And that's what I tell the kids. If you don't make a choice and then you take the chance, whatever it be, I may lose a friend or two. You know what? You're taking that chance, because if they're true friends, they're not going to leave you anyway.
That's right.
If they leave you, that's not the people that's supposed to be in you. That's just a season that passes, man. Right. They're not supposed to be in your life.
Exactly.
You take that chance to make that change in your life, because you're going to have a road that goes this way and you're going to have a road that goes this way. Which one are you going to choose?
Amen.
You can choose the life of the easy path, and you can take that, or you can choose the path that's going to be a little bit harder but more rewarding as life goes on. I'll say this to any young person: you can choose a life of ease and comfort, or you can choose a life of service and adventure. Which one, when you're 90 years old, are you going to look back on and say, I am very proud of the choice that I made? And see, kids nowadays don't look at when they're getting older. Everything is now, and now. I need it now. I need it right now. There's no waiting. I need it right now. They are not looking at the future. I am trying to look at their future to show them, look, you choose the wrong path, you're going to live a life of heartache and pain before you even get started with life. So when something bad happens to you, you have 3 choices, man. You can either let that define you, you can let it destroy you, or you can let it strengthen you. That's your choice to make. That's what I tell these kids. I sit there and I look at them and I use my mask to do it in these schools. If I go out in a suit, if I go out in a tie, all that's going to do is I'm going to look like a principal. I'm going to look like an authority figure. I
Yep.
come out there in a tight shirt and a Jason mask, and they all shut up and they listen to me.
I would too.
And well, exactly. And I don't, and I'm not saying that to be, I'm saying that because it's the truth, man. And
Yeah.
that's how I get these kids' attention. I've had kids come up to me crying because they've made the wrong choices or because they're scared they're fixing to make the wrong choices. And I just talk to them and I tell them, be a party of one. There's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
You can walk down a road by yourself and be as strong as you can with two people behind you. It doesn't matter. You don't need anybody to strengthen you. You just need yourself to, you need to know in your mind that nobody can stop you but yourself. Because
Right.
if you think for a minute someone can define your life, you don't allow anybody to make you feel like nobody. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do not allow anyone to make you feel like you're nobody.
That's right.
You got to feel like you count. You got to know that you matter. You got to know what your self-worth is. Always feel like that you are living a life of significance. That's what this whole thing is about. And if I can teach kids at an early age that lesson right there, they're more than likely going to choose the right path. I chose the right path. And I'm not afraid to tell people that. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, you're bragging. Well, you know what? I am bragging because I did. I chose the right path. I chose the right friends to hang around. And I did well in school. That's what I want for all of these kids. And I know I'm not going to save everyone, but you know what? You can't save everyone, but everyone can save someone.
Exactly. Yeah. And you know, and that's my thing. I'm glad we spoke about this because I'm on the same page with our youth and even adults too, you know, because we're not perfect.
Absolutely.
And we all make mistakes as much as you want to do the right thing, right? And I'm a great example of someone coming from, you know, from the bottom, right? And I say the bottom because I come from a neighborhood where it was tough to live in. A lot of my friends didn't make it, you know, so I had to make a choice. Like you said, I had to make a choice. And even though I made a lot of mistakes, I made a lot of wrong choices, landing me in prison. You know, I did a lot of prison time. I got involved with a lot of stuff on the street that I shouldn't. But the beautiful thing I got to learn from that, James, was to learn from it, to become a better person from it, and to tell a story that can help someone that's been in my position not make the mistakes that I've made, and to also let them know that you can be successful. You know, after going through all them hard pains and hard times, you can be successful at whatever your dream is. You just got to go out there and push and make that dream come true. Because if you don't put the work in, then it's just a dream. You know, we all have dreams, but the only way that dream comes true is if you make that dream happen. Because if you
100%.
don't, then it's just a dream.
100%.
Right? So,
you can't go back and change the beginning,
but
you can take where you are right now and you can change the end.
Exactly.
That's what that's the thing, man. You got to be strong enough to stand alone,
right?
But then smart enough to know when you need help, and then be brave enough to ask for help.
Exactly.
And that's what I try to tell these kids, man. If you can just make that choice to take that chance, to make that change, everything's gonna fall into place. Do something today that your future self will thank you for later.
Exactly.
You know, and
go ahead.
You know, a true test of your character is not how you do on your best days.
Right.
It's how you perform on your worst
days. Exactly.
That's what. If you can get that in your heart, if you can get that in your mind, man, I'm telling you, it'll change the person you are. It changed me. It changed me.
It changed me. We on the same.
Exactly right.
We on the same road. We on the same page.
That's exactly right. And that's the reason. And that's the reason when I get done talking to these kids that don't even know me, and teachers that don't even know me, they come up and hug my neck. That's worth everything that I could have ever done in my life. Right there.
Amen. Yes.
Right there, man.
Yeah,
It surpasses any amount of money or acting or anything I can do is to have a kid come up to you that you don't even know, that you impacted his or her life and hug you because of something that you said to them that made a difference in their life.
yeah, I agree, and I'm so for that, James. You know, I talk about that on my show all the time. It's not about the show, it's not about me, it's about the people.
That's
It's
right.
about the people on how we can make a change and an impact in their lives.
That's
Old,
exactly right.
old seniors, it don't matter. What can I
Nope.
do? What can I do to make your life better? What can I
Mhm.
say to put a smile in your face? You
That's
know,
right.
um, and that makes me happy. You know,
Yeah.
it makes me happy to know that I made a change. I touched someone because
Hmm.
coming from where I come from, the word love was something that you didn't hear.
That's right.
You know, um, caring was something that you barely saw. You know, and to transition my life from then to what it is now and giving myself to God and God opening my heart and showing me the beauty of being good and being honest and being transparent, to others, man,
Makes a difference, don't
it's something that I would never change me
it?
right
Yeah.
now for nothing in the world because God has shown me the path, shown me
You
the
know,
way. Yes.
one of the best things I can hear a kid say to me
Hmm.
is, "Well, I always fail." And
Yeah.
the one thing that I say to them is, "You always fail, huh? What does that mean you're doing?" I don't. They'll go, "I don't know. I always fail."
Right.
Well, you're always. That means you're trying. See,
That's right.
this is the thing. If you never try, or if you don't fail, then you're not trying.
That's right.
Don't come to me and say, "I never fail." You're not trying because I fail.
I
Everybody fails. We're
feel, yeah.
human. You're going to fail. To get something that you've never had, you've got to do something you've never done.
Hmm.
That's what you got to know. If
Right.
you're failing, then you're trying.
Right.
Keep trying because eventually you're not going to fail anymore.
Exactly.
The old adage goes, practice makes perfect. It
That's right.
does.
It
You're going to
does.
fail. You're going to fail. How many times can you drop a ball? You know what? That one time you're going to catch that ball and it's going to be the biggest catch of your entire life. It's
Exactly.
going to change your entire life. It's just like in acting or anything else. You keep trying. You're getting all these little small roles. You're getting these little background roles. You're getting this right there. And then all of a sudden, it takes one. And somebody's going to see you. They're going to hear you. They're going to know your worth. They're going to know what you can do. They're going to put you in that lead role, and it's going to change your life forever.
Right. Amen to that. And
You fail. You fail until you win, man. That's what
right.
you do.
And that's how you learn. You got to fail.
Absolutely.
You got to fail to learn from your mistakes to be able to correct it
That's
and
exactly right.
become a winner. So if you never failed, how do you know how to win?
You don't. Yeah, and you can't say that you do.
Uh,
You
it
you
just
can't.
right. That's why you and
Mm.
myself and others become good men. We become better at what we do. We become better parents. We become better speakers. Um,
Mhm.
because we know what it is to lose.
Yep.
And we come from a place where I don't know your background, but for me, in my neighborhood, we're used to losing a lot.
Sure.
And opportunities don't come like they should in where I grew up. So um to be in my position and to have this platform to give to people like yourself and others that are fortunate and that are trying to make a name for themselves and be exposed. I created this. God gave me
Mhm.
this gift of I call it gab, to talk to people because I love people. So
Yep.
he gave me this platform and to also connect people because I love to connect people to other people
Absolutely.
that can
And
open
I was
doors.
going to, and I always want to tell you, I appreciate you more than you'll ever know, even though this is the first time me and you met.
Thank you.
I thank you from the bottom of my heart for bringing me on here to introduce me to a new set of people that may have never seen me before, never heard me. You're giving me a platform to where I can put out a message, because I think it's a great message for kids. It's a great message for adults. Everybody needs to hear this kind of stuff when it comes to changes, because it's never too late to make a change in your life. I don't care what you've done. I don't care how many times you've done it. There's never too late to make a change in your life. And I appreciate you more than you'll ever know for doing this and bringing me on here to allow me to set an example for people, and to bring what I think that I've learned in my past, because I'm telling you, man, I've lived this life. I've failed. I've messed up. I've made wrong decisions. I went down wrong paths and stuff like that.
Right.
And I changed and I turned it around. And now I'm trying to stop this pattern before it even gets started with these young kids that are going into high school. High school nowadays is a scary place.
Oh,
and
yes.
and if I could give just a glimmer of hope to these kids by choosing the right group of kids, or the group of people, or even some of them that walk alone. And I've met some of those kids, man, and they've come back to me over a year or so, and I've seen the impact that I've had, and it's working, and it brings tears to my eyes, because that makes me more happy than anything in the world, is seeing a kid choose the right thing.
Right. Amen. It's touching to me, it really is, because, I got my boy, I got 4 girls and 4 boys. I got a big family, right?
Yeah.
And the one thing I wanted to do most was be there for them, but I was living a lifestyle, James, that I didn't want them to see, right?
Sure.
And half of the stuff that I was doing was for them, to bring stuff on the table so they can have clothing on their backs, because we are not brought up the same. I grew up
Sure.
I grew up poor, so I even though I have friends that had parents that had money, but our lives were different,
Sure.
and I was a good guy. I just had to get my money a different way, because it's all I knew.
Sure.
But it didn't
Sure.
make me a bad guy, and I had to make some decisions that they wouldn't have to make, because they didn't have to go through what I had to go through. And those are things that I like to talk about for the kids that are coming up, that we all live different lifestyles. Some of our parents have more money than others, and some of us have it easier than others, but it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change you as an individual. You just got to go through a harder path.
You're just going about it a different way. You're
Exactly.
just going about it a different way, man.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I get you. I get it, man. I get it. It's rough. Yep.
I think the key, James, here is the change. The willing to change, to become a better person, and
Make
and
that
it's okay.
choice, man.
Make the choice and ask for help. It's okay to ask for help.
Absolutely.
Some people, don't want to ask for help because they feel like, I don't know, maybe they feel like they don't need to help, but everybody needs help in some way and somehow, and if they got a person like yourself and me there that can give them great advice and open their eyes to other and better things, and maybe help them make a better choice, then yeah, why not? I mean, that's what this show is all, that's what this show is all about. This show is about
100%.
love, unity, and good energy, and to help people grow, because that's
Sure.
And I do this because I never had those opportunities. When I came up doing music, no one wanted to open the door for me, unless I had money or unless I knew people, unless I was connected, and I wasn't. So, I had to leave the music alone, because at that time, coming up in the 80s, it was very hard for you to get into the music industry unless you knew somewhere you had money. So, I went on to the next thing, which was acting. But that didn't happen to me till now. I'm 54, right? I'm 54. I didn't start acting till 2018. So it took me all that time to get into what I wanted to do, in my life. And I've accomplished a lot of the things that I wanted to do as a kid now that I'm older.
Sure.
But the key is here, James, is that we need to show these kids there is a choice that they can, make coming up in high school, because, now high school is a lot of bullying. There's a lot of kids with low self-esteem, and
Sure.
they need people like you, people like me to step in and say, hey, I've been there. I've been bullied. I overcame it. How did you overcome it? This is what I did. Because sometimes some of these kids are lost. They don't have no idea who to go to or how to begin to start a process of changing. So they need
100%.
So
yeah, that's exactly right.
So they need people like you, like me, and other people that are on here to give them a leadway or connect them to someone that can help them. And I'm just glad that we can do that. Have you ever directed any film?
I've helped direct a couple of films, and I've got one that's in the works right now that I will be directing. It's a short film that me and a couple of guys are working on. So yeah, I will be. I've produced several. I've produced about 6 or 7. I like producing. I like being in the middle of things and making things work. I like doing that. That's part of my. I don't just sit back and just let everybody else do it. I like being in there and helping and making sure things are
like me,
get going and stuff like that and all that. So I like to produce films and stuff like that. It's fun, but directing per se a feature, I've never done that yet.
Okay.
But I do have something in the works that I'm going to be directing. Hopefully, maybe by the later of this year or something like that, we're going to be doing something with it.
So you love. What do you see? You like to be more in front of the camera or behind the scene?
Oh yeah, in front of the camera. Yeah. I'm an entertainer, man. I've been an entertainer pretty much all my life, and that's what I like to do. Yeah, I like being in front of the camera. I really enjoy bringing a character, regardless of what it is, to life, and I've gotten some really, really good opportunities to bring some very good characters to life, and it's grown. It's grown me and being an actor completely. I mean, I've grown a lot in the last 5 years. I've grown a lot as far as being a really good actor and doing things the right way and showing directors and casting directors that I'm in it for the long haul, and that I do what it takes, with classes and all that stuff. So, I do what I have to do to be in front of the camera. That's what I want.
Yeah, I mean, that's my biggest thing too. I love to be in front of the camera. I want to be a great actor. I don't really care about being like, A1 actor like, Robert De Niro. I mean, if it happens, fine, but I just want to be a great actor. I just want to at least get an opportunity to be recognized for my work.
Sure.
And
absolutely.
I'm not really big into all the extra stuff that goes on. I just want to do my job and leave a legacy behind for my children and my grandkids to say, well, your grandfather used to do this and this and that, because you always get the rough parts of you growing up on what you did, but nobody wants to talk about the good stuff that you did, So
I've turned down some few roles that.
Okay, I'm going to ask you that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've turned down a few roles that was some things asked of me that I didn't feel comfortable with. I will not. I don't smoke. I've never smoked in my life.
Right.
I don't. It's just not something that I want in my lifestyle, and I'm not going to do it just to be in a movie. I'm not. Right. That's one thing that I won't do. But there's other things that's been asked to me that I just, it's a business.
Right.
So you get some, you lose some, and it's just I'm not going to do something to go against my beliefs or anything to just to be in a role. I'm just not going to do it.
Right. You know, it's amazing this field that we're in, you know,
Mhm.
and the magical things that happen behind a camera that,
Oh,
you know, we're gifted to be able to do that. And I want to do a film. You know, I write too. You know, I write. But now that we're
mhm.
talking about it, you know, I would love to do a film about kids. You know, I mean, there's plenty of them there, but I think I want to bring something different. You know, like adding my childhood to it too. You know what I mean? Stuff I've been through as a child, and
Absolutely.
bring it to the camera. Kind of mix it up with some maybe some real events with some fiction. You know, because it's a message that needs to be told here. You know, and I just don't want to talk about it, but I want to put it in film where you can
Sure.
actually see it happening and understand why it's happening, um, and the choices that will are going to be made in that film.
Yep.
And I think that would help, you know, children from high school and middle school look at things different. Because see, the high schools nowadays, James, is different from when you went and I went to school. It's
Oh, absolutely.
it's totally, you know, to find a gun in our classroom, it was one of a million, you know,
Yeah.
to find it. Nowadays, you find them in every school corner, underneath the stairs, in backpacks. Girls carrying them. You know,
I'm, Man, when I went to school, we had loaded shotguns in the back of our windows on our truck because we was going to go hunting after school. You know, and they're
yeah,
sitting out there, and you just didn't think about bringing a gun to school. You know, if you had a beef with somebody, you just tried to beat their butts. You know, you didn't
yeah,
try to bring a gun and kill
no,
nobody. It's absolutely it's dude, it's absolutely insane what's going
right,
on these days, and it's
yeah,
just yeah, that's the reason I like going to these middle schools and talking to these kids, man. I
right.
just, oh man, it's just, it's heartbreaking. It really is. But,
It's
you know, as long as there's a few guys out like us, you know, you're not going to save everybody, but everybody can
right.
save somebody. That's one thing. So
Amen.
even if me and you don't save everybody, if we can just save one or two here and there,
Amen.
that's it means the world. So
Right,
that's what we got to do is continue on
right.
doing that.
I agree. You know, I think that one of my things that God want me to do is bring him souls. You know,
Absolutely.
bring him more souls. Um, and you know that's been a mission for me, you know, to try to bring people
Mhm.
to, you know, look for God more, you know. And I'm not saying go to church, do, you know, because you can have your own personal thing with God, you know what I mean,
Sure.
your personal understanding, but we need to talk more to him, you know, because I
Mhm.
feel like people have detached themselves from God or a higher power, whatever you want to call him.
Mhm.
But we know there's a creator out there that created us, and
Sure.
that has power over us. So um you know, I think that's one of the things he wants me to do. Is to talk more about him, and let people know that he is real, that he's here,
Mhm.
and you know he's always going to be here, and and for people to look more for that side more than the negative side, because there's too much negativity going on in this world. You can see it with the politics, with what's going on with this wars. It's like going crazy right now,
Yep.
and and it feels like that's pulling everybody that way, you know, towards disaster. um
Absolutely.
so what can we do to change it? uh you know, that's my question. What can we do to change this, to make it better, uh and and bring some positive things to this world? uh,
And that's exactly what I'm trying to do is go into these schools and bring some kind of change to these kids' lives before they even make the wrong decision. And it's sometimes it's too late, sometimes it's right on time, sometimes it helps someone that's already chosen a path that need to be brought back and realize that it's not too late to ask for help and to figure out what's going wrong with what they're doing and fix the path that they're on. And that's what I love to do. That's what I love to do. So
okay. So what movie have you played, right, in your career that you can relate so much to and say, man, this character is me. Like it's so me. And you enjoyed playing the character.
Well, I'm going to have to say the movie coming up with reading the script of The Forest Through the Trees. Okay. That's, I'm telling you, when y'all see this movie, it's going to be absolutely insane. That's going to really hit hard. I mean, and that's just from reading the script. You know, we're doing table reads right now every couple of weeks just to get ready for May and when we go start filming. And it's I mean, it's rough. It's going to bring, it's bringing a totally new character to something that I've never done before, and right. I love it. I love it. It's testing the waters for me, and it's I think people are going to see a totally different side of me that they've seen on screen so far.
Okay, and you playing father role in this
I am. I'm playing the dad and the husband, and like I said, it's a stepdaughter, and which is right now in this day and time, there's a lot of people out there with step kids, stepfathers, stepmoms, and I just think that it's and you know, and sometimes it's hard for kids to call a step parent dad or mom. Yeah, because you know, and I understand, I totally do, and that's the thing. A kid doesn't have to call you that to feel like you are, and that's what. And sometimes that's hard on the parent. Sometimes it's hard on the step parent not to be able to hear a child call you dad or something, even though that's the role that you're playing. Right. But sometimes nowadays, your own children don't call you dad. No, sometimes they don't talk to you. Sometimes they don't. They're not in your life and stuff like that. And that's hard on a person, individual too. And so living a life like that can be devastating to someone. And it's very hard. So, yeah. And so that's just something that I'm trying to help people with, is to live a life like that and understand that just because they're not in your life doesn't mean they're not part of your life. Right. And, yeah. So,
and you know, and you're right, because being a step parent, you know, and being called by your name instead of mom or dad, you know, they're calling you, hey, Pop, and then they're calling your wife, Mary. You know, it makes you as the father a little uncomfortable, because, you know, they're playing the mom role. But I get it. But eventually that will come. And maybe in the future, when she earns that respect from the child, you know, say, man, you know what? She treats me good. My meal is done. You know, she doesn't give me a headache. She's good to my father. You know, she's there when I need her. You know, maybe she deserves for me to call her mom. And, you know, and, you know, they always say a father's not the one that creates you, the one that's there for you.
That's right.
So that should go the same for a mother, you know. Same thing for a mom. You know, she may not be your real mom, but she's playing the role of your mom. She's there for you. So maybe at some point in time, she deserves to be called mom.
That's exactly right.
You know, so I get both sides, James, you know, but I just want to say, man, that you are a special person. You're great. You got a great heart. You're a great actor. And I'm honored to have you here on the show. I want to thank Denise for making this happen.
Yes.
Because, you know, not just the fact that you're a great guy and a great individual, great father and all that, but, you know, I'm also a big fan, you know, of the character you played. And I always wanted to meet you since I was a kid, you know, and to have you here today talking to me face to face and being able to work on a project with you, man, you just made my dream come true, bro. You know, and I
can't wait to hug you, brother.
Yeah, exactly. So I just want you to know, from me that I admire you.
Thank you.
In so many ways. Especially
that means
now,
a lot. I mean, it means a lot. I'm not
Yeah.
going to lie, man. It means a lot.
Right.
I've just met you, and you saying these things. That's very heartwarming, and I won't never take it for granted. I promise you that.
right.
And yeah,
You
you
know,
made
I-
a forever friend, man.
Thank
For
you.
real.
Likewise,
Forever brother.
I was waiting for this moment in my life to be able to talk to you, because I've always wondered who is behind that damn mask.
Who's
You
behind
know,
that?
that scares me so damn much.
That's right,
know,
brother. I
but-
appreciate it.
God works in mysterious ways, and He made my dream come true, and I'm proud to have you here, and I'm proud that you're working with me and the rest of the team in the project, because I get to meet you in person and give you the brother hug. You know what I mean?
That's right, man. That's right.
And maybe work someday in the future in other projects. Who knows?
Absolutely, man. You never know.
I can see us working as bikers.
Oh,
You know,
God.
I can see us
Yeah.
leading a pack of wolves.
Yeah,
side to
that's
side.
right. Let's do it.
You
Let's
know?
do it.
I can see that.
Harleys,
happening.
baby. Harleys. That's right.
Yeah, that's it. Harleys. I can see us doing that. So I want to thank you for coming on the show, James. I know
Thank
you're a
you.
busy guy. You probably got other things to do. I just want to thank you for being a great sport and coming on the show and giving me your time, because I know you're busy. And I want to thank
Absolutely,
Denise Pons for making this
Yes.
happen. And anytime you want to come here, James, for whatever reason you want to promote something with the kids, you got something you want to promote, flyer, you can send it to me and I'll be gladly to promote it.
Thank
if you
you.
want to come on the show,
Yes.
you want to talk about school, you got a kid you want to bring on the show, I don't care, whatever it is. This platform is built for you and whoever else you want to bring on the
Dude,
show and
that's
talk
awesome.
about whatever
Thank you so much.
subject.
Well, I'd like to tell everybody, they can reach me at Facebook, James Stokes. They can reach me at Instagram at stokes.james1414. I'm on TikTok, all the platforms. So just reach out to me. I appreciate everybody watching and listening tonight. And again, thank you so much for having me on. It's guys like you that make it possible for all of us to get our word out there and stuff. And if it wasn't for people like you, we wouldn't be able to do it. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'll keep that to
Yeah,
heart. And again, thank you so much. And I can't wait. If you want, I can put you on to other podcasts where you can go out there.
Absolutely. Please
And,
do. Yes.
And spread the love. I can do that as well.
Thank you. Yes.
So
Absolutely. Just have them reach out to me.
Okay.
And we'll make a time and knock it out, man. I appreciate it. Thank you so
Awesome.
much.
So thank you for your time. I'll see you.
Thank you.
I'll see you on set, brother.
On set, man. All right, brother. See you, man.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Yes, that was James Stokes, folks. You see how amazing he is. Thank you, Denise, for making this happen. You're amazing. Sarah, you're also amazing. The whole Pagan crew, big shout out to you guys. I can't wait to work with you guys. And yes, I'll see you guys on next week. I got some other amazing actors and directors coming to the show. We'll be talking to them as well. So you guys have a good night. Thanks again for supporting my guests, supporting the show. And remember to share, because sharing is caring. And I'll see you soon. All right. I'm going to leave y'all with peace, love, respect. Y'all already know the vibes. I'm out of here. Peace.
Never stop, forget it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo,
yeah.
no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub, or you'll your pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh. Fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Famous for the way up. Play the game, bruh.
Never stop, don't get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top, yeah.